All right. So today we'll just go ahead and work on a few things on Power BI. I'll just show you how to make your reports more, kind of interactive, as well as we'll talk about some sort of a navigation things. These are just touch-ups on top of your reports that you have built. So yeah, just pay attention to the details on building these reports rather than, the functional part of it. I would rather say when I say functional, it's just that, the way user navigates or what is the user experience. So these are all coming to play at the end of your report creation. You should not focus on that right away. So let's go ahead and get started with some, navigation techniques, some sort of ways in which you can show and hide certain objects and all of that. So that's what we will go and try to do. Okay. So, all right, let me just start off with a very simple way to navigate between pages. Yes, let's try doing that. So Power BI is a very powerful tool and you can do amazing things with this particular tool. So let's talk about a few things, okay? All right, I'm just going to create a new page here. Let me just do that and I'll just make it. Let's right click on it. Let's move that to the very front of this particular file. Okay, good. Double click on this and let's go ahead and rename it. I'll call this as uh, welcome screen. Yes, let's just do that. So this is the place where we will have some sort of image. If you want some sort of an image, we can have that. Or if you want some buttons, yes, we can go ahead and provide some buttons here. So I'm just going to plan it in that fashion. And a button is going to take the user to the respective pages. So we'll try to see if we can just, kind of accomplish that, right? So these buttons are going to take your users to the respective page. So it's up to you how you want to design it. You can just design this the way you want it. Yeah. All right, let's go ahead and do this. I'm going to insert a small text box. And what we will do is we will go ahead and have this called as, let's say welcome screen. I'm just going to name it as welcome screen. I'm not going to think a lot about what I'm going to get here. But this can be a, kind of a text box, an image, or however you want it, you can do it. All right, I'm just going to make it bigger. I'm going to make it big, bolder. Let's just center that particular detail. Yes. And then I'm going to bring it down. Okay, let's just bring that down a little bit. And I'll just hit enter key. There is no vertical, alignment of this available. So I'm just going to hit enter key a little bit, a few times. And then that's it. That should be good enough place for this particular detail. And then what I'll do is I'll just change the background color to what we were going with, the Starbucks green, somewhere like that. I'll just go and stick to that color. And the font color, you want to go with white or something like that. Okay, so let's just do this. Okay, again, give me a minute. Not something that we want. Okay, let's go back. Let's just do this. My system needs a restart whenever that happens, but I'm not going to do it. Okay, no problem. So yes, this is what we have. And let's go and have some buttons here so that we will take the user to the respective page. Now, these are simple things, okay? So you can just work on this after you're done with the entire report. You don't have to go through these small details and plan all of this at the very beginning. These are, like I said, the touch-ups that you do on top of your finished report. And this really makes your user experience better. That's the whole point of, doing all of this. All right, let's go ahead and do a insert and we'll insert a button. There are a lot of buttons available for you, but I'm planning to get started with something very basic. We'll create our own button. We'll just configure our own button. So I'll go ahead and have a blank button used here. Okay. So I'm going with a blank button and I'll just drag this blank button and get it here. All right. Okay, now let's go ahead and configure this button. We will first of all format and then configure this button. So I'm just going to keep it like that. So let's go to the style. You'll find everything under style section. So let's go to the style. First thing that I'll do is add a text. So let's add a text of about something like, let's take the user to sales analysis page. Yeah, the first one. So that's our sales analysis button, and that will take our user to the sales analysis page. That's how we are going to navigate between pages. Okay, great. So let's go and make it like about 15 points or so. Is that big enough? Okay, too big. Let's go and stick to 13. And then I'm just going to give some fill color here. And what we want is we want that green color to be there. Now this color is kind of duller than this, or I would say the transparency is affecting your button. So just bring that down. Let's see. Yeah, that looks good. So that's the same color that we have here. All right. And the font needs to be changed to white. Let's try that. Yeah, that looks good. And I see that there is a kind of you know, border around this. So let me see if I can just rectify that. Yeah. So if I just go here, there is a small border that doesn't look good. So I'll just get rid of it. Okay. All right. Have a look. So what I'll do is I'll go to the button and the style. And like I said, everything will be found under style. So the border, I don't really want it. So I'm just going to turn it off. Okay. Yeah, that looks good. And that does not have a border. So you can see that it just looks good. Now this button, just when I hover onto it, it's nothing. It's just a button. Okay. It's just a normal button kind of a shape or an, button kind of a setup, but it does not click and it does not really have an action associated with it. Okay. So you can see my mouse pointer just remains the same, right? So there is no action associated with it. So we have to add actions to these buttons. But before that, I'll just control C, control V, and just copy paste these things. Yes. And we'll just have some buttons created just so that you know how this is all coming up. And I'm just going to align them all to the center somewhere like that. I hope that's all the center. Okay. If you're not really sure where is the center, so let's just do this way. I'll take it this way. And let's try this. I'm not sure. Align this to the middle. I don't know if that is going to do. No, it's not going to do the trick. So, okay, we don't have an alignment with respect to the canvas, but we'll just keep it like that. Okay. I'm just roughly doing it. Okay, great. Now, we'll just go ahead and have a few things done here. I'll click on this. Let's go to the style. The text, we want to call it as page 1, page 2, because we don't have a proper name for our pages. So I'll just say page 1. That's where I want the user to be taken. This is going to be page 2. Yes. We'll just have to go take the user to page 2, and this should be page 3. Let's say, for example. Okay. And what I'll do is I'll go to the first button, and you'll see that there is an action that we can associate with this button. So I'll just turn it on. And the action that we are looking for is called as page navigation. So this button should help me navigate through pages. Okay. So that is what I will go and do. So navigation, page navigation. So you'll see that the action here has something called as page navigation, right? So there is something called as page navigation there. So we'll just set it up. So you don't have to worry about any coding at all. It is all taken care of behind the scenes by Power BI. You just have to choose these options and apply these settings. That's it. No real coding involved. Okay. So we'll just do that. We'll apply an action called as page navigation. And the next thing that Power BI asks us, what's the destination page? So I'll click on this and I'll say, hey, I want to go to sales analysis. That's our button, right? So now that's configured. Let's just do this very quickly for all the buttons. So turn on the action, choose page navigation as your type. And then the destination is, this is page 1. So let's go to page 1. I'll quickly do this for all these buttons. So page navigation and page 2. Yeah, getting it? Page 3, turn it on, page navigation and page 4. So simple. Yes. So that's it. You're done. And let's go ahead and navigate through pages, right? So when you hover onto this, you will see that there is that tooltip coming up saying that control plus click to follow the link. Yes. So whenever you're here in Power BI desktop environment, and whenever you are going ahead and, designing all of this, remember there is a action already associated with click. Okay, so click, what does mouse button click do? The click is going to select your button, yes or no? So there is a small action associated with the uh, click of a button, the normal left button click. Yeah. So that is already by default assigned to some sort of an action. So you cannot expect the click to work here, right? So hence you cannot really go and just click on the button and navigate through the pages. This will work when you publish this to Power BI service. I'll just go and do that. I'll show you how that goes. But this is not going to work here. So hence you have to do a control click. Just understand that part. It's not too difficult. Whenever you have configured your buttons, you will get an pop-up tooltip saying that, hey, control plus click to go to that particular link. Okay. Whatever that is, it's a page navigation, it's some sort of other details. We'll go through a lot of that today. That should just work. Okay. So what I'm going to do is control plus click here and look at that. Click, control click. It takes me to the sales analysis page. Very good. So now we want to go back to our welcome screen. I'll give you a couple of options to take your users back to that particular page. So let me show you how we can do this in a couple of different ways. So first of all, I'll use this logo as a logo to go back to the welcome screen, right? Now, what happens when you click on any logo in the website? It takes you to the home page. So very similar to that, we'll use this logo to take us back to the home page, which is our welcome screen, right? I'll also add one more image and show you, okay? So I will click on this logo and there is an action that I can associate with this logo as well, right? So I'll click on the action, turn it on, and then let's go ahead and do the same page navigation here. And where are we supposed to go? We'll go to the welcome screen this time. Yes. So welcome screen, done. So control click on this now. If you hover onto it, see this control plus click to follow the link. Okay. So control click and I go to welcome screen. Control click, I go to the sales analysis page. You're getting my point? Yeah. Good. Now I'll show you a couple of different ways in which you can have it. Now you don't have to really set the logo to be like that because the users won't know what is going to happen when they click on the logo, but we'll just go do something else. Let's go and insert an image. I mean, I'm just giving you all the possible ways of doing this. Let's go and add an image, and that image is going to be, let's say from the downloads folder. I'm just going to click on this home button. Let's go and say open. And okay, 1 sec. Let's see images. Let's go back to this page. We'll just go and click on this home button. We'll just take it forward. That's our home icon. And I'll just resize it a little bit. I'll keep it that way. So this is now going to be the button that is going to take us to the home page. Now you can see that just by the look of it, they would know, okay, this is going to take them to the home page or the very first page in this particular report. So you can do something like that. That's what is expected out of you. And yeah, let's go ahead and configure this to have the user taken to the respective page. So I'll click on this logo. You can turn an action for this logo. And then we'll just go and have the page navigation set to welcome screen. I'm just showing you different ways of doing it, okay? It's just the same thing, but yeah, different ways of doing it. This is an image. This is an image, nothing fancy here, but this is an image that looks like a logo and people may not prefer clicking on it, but you can still set it up. So I'll just do a control click here that goes to this page. Control click, I'm back to this page. Control click now because we have set the action for this as well, right? So control click and that takes you to the very first page. There are also buttons, excuse me, there are also buttons that are pre-configured to do certain things, okay? For example, if you look at this, there is the back button. Yes, the back button here is going to help you to go back to the same page from where you landed to this page. Okay, let's say you are here. This is page 1 for you. This is page 2 for you. From page 1, you're coming to page 2. The back button will take you back to the respective same page from where you came. Okay, so that is the way the back button works. So it's already pre-configured to go back from wherever you landed to this page. Okay, so let's go ahead and add that. And I'll show you a couple of different ways. That's what I'm doing here. So click on back. Yes, click. And that adds a back button to this one. So let's go ahead and have this here. And just keep it that way. Okay, I'm just showing you different variations. That's it. And you can use any one of them. So you can just click on this. The action is already set for you. The back should do all the trick for you. You don't have to do anything. Okay. So let's go back to welcome screen. I'll just do control click on sales analysis. I land here. The back button should take care of from wherever you came back, right? So click and that will go to the welcome screen. So no configuration required on that back button. If you just want your users to be taken back to the page from where they landed, yes, you can do that back button. I hope it is all clear. Simple things, but adds a lot of user experience to your pages and the navigation settings and all of that, right? So yeah, this is small things that you can take care of in your report, and that's what we have here. All right, good. Now let's go ahead and do this. So I hope that is clear. That's all about the page navigation. You can set it to any page and your users can be taken to any page. Like for example, page one, that is page one. You can add a back button here and that will allow the user to be taken back to the page that they came from. Simple as that. Okay, yeah, just try that. And you may need to kind of work on these extra things here and there. But yeah, that's worth the effort. I would like you to put those efforts after you're done with this. Okay. Now, instead of this welcome screen, oops, just give me a minute. Instead of this welcome screen just being a kind of a, you know, just a text box or something like that, you can go to any website, or maybe you'll have some websites in, this thing in your organization, and you can search for some corporate photos, corporate photos or architecture, attire, whatever that is, and you can just take these kind of photos and you can always go and put it in that particular thing, right? So that really looks good, and you should be able to go ahead and do all of that in your welcome screen, everything. Okay. So such images really look good. So make sure that you're just using that to the fullest and not just simply designing it like this. I mean, it's just a simple sample report here that we are creating. So I'm just doing this just for the sake of it, right? Okay, so yeah, you want to go ahead and do all of that, and that's called as page navigation. All right. Great. So let's move on to the next one that is also interesting, and that's going to be really something that you can try out for a lot of details. Okay. Let me show you some reports. Okay. Let me just show you some reports. I'm just going to go say, um, what is it? Let's hold on. Yeah, Power BI community. Okay, we'll just go to a Power BI community, and I'm going into this Power BI forums here. Okay. And if you come down, I'll just share this link with you on. Just kind of go through it, bookmark it, keep it with you. Let's see. Can we use management or board of directors images? Yeah, you can do it, but just see if it is relevant there, right? So you don't want your board of directors to be kind of posing in your sales analysis page, right? So just make sure if it is relevant, yes, you can do that. If it is a kind of report that is more relevant to that particular meeting or for some sort of a board of directors review, yes, you can do that. And try not to be focusing on just one person. If it is a group, if it is a discussion kind of a photo, yeah, that should just go and do, right? So just make sure you do that way. Yeah. Okay, so I'm just here. I'm just coming down, scrolling down a little bit. This has a lot of dashboards, and you can go and let's go through this COVID-19 data stories galleries. Okay, I'm just gonna try show you something that is gonna help you get inspiration and then do something. So I'm just gonna scroll down. We'll do a COVID as a project, okay? COVID dashboard as a project. So it's all coming up. So you can just get inspiration from this. There are a lot of reports that does things in different ways. But I like this report the way because I want to see how you can navigate between pages. So let's just go do that. And I'm just gonna go into this on a full screen mode. Let's see if I can do that. Let's do a full screen mode here. Yes, this one. Let's see. Not working. Okay, let's try that one more time. What is this? Fit to page. Okay, that's not working. Okay, anyways, let it be. So this is just COVID-19 data set and, you know, I would rather say a report based on that. So if you look at this, these are buttons. Can you see that? These are buttons. Yes, these are buttons configured to go to respective pages. Okay. So we just did that in our page. We just did that. Not to that extent, but yes, it gives you the idea how to do all of this, right? So let's go ahead and click on this summary. Click. So like I said, when you publish this, it's going to work just the same. And this is the summary of your COVID-19 report probably. Okay. So these are the confirmed cases. There is a small metrics and KPI going on there. Those are all the numbers being depicted there. Good. And these are all the details that are coming up this way, right? So you have so many different things. So get inspiration from such designs and you should be able to go and work on it. Now you have these, buttons on top as well. I can click on deep dive study and it's going to give me something out of it. Okay, these guys have used weird charts and different charts to go and do this. I'll go with forecast and you will see that these are all done this way. Okay. Now, this is how I want you to look at your dashboard, and you don't want to really go and just give a kind of a very plain, simple dashboard to your users. You can put in the efforts in kind of, taking the user through a good, nice experience. And that's what we call as user experience, right? Let's say you're using an app. You're using an app on your phone. You don't want that app to be like an old waste, stone age kind of an, you know, app. You want it to be more modern, more responsive. You click on something, you expect something to happen, right? So we need such things here. And those are things that we want to go and do. So let me just talk about a few things. You can just design things in any number of ways. But yeah, the user experience does matter. How are you taking the users? Navigating between different pages. These are all definitely something that you can do. Okay. So yeah, let me just go ahead and show you how this works and you should be able to go ahead and work on it. Okay. All right. The second thing that I want to discuss here first is the navigation. We are done with that. So just go ahead and choose those actions called as navigations. Now I'll just show you this before we get into something else. We'll just publish this report to our respective workspace and I'll show you how this goes. Yes. Let's just do the RCT here. Let's say select. We'll publish this to our respective workspace. Yeah, it's okay. If I get this message, I'll go back. I'll just do app.powerbi.com. I'll go to my Power BI service side of things. I'll go to the workspace and let's just go to this workspace here and look at that. The RCT Power BI report was just, just kind of refreshed. Okay. Just wondering what is this? Why? Okay, everything is just changing to 12:11. I don't know. Okay, anyways, I don't know why everything got updated to 12:11. Did we have everything here? No, right? Okay, anyways, let's go into this report and let's see if we have a welcome screen. Yes, we have a welcome screen. And now it's not a control click, it's just a normal click. Okay, that's how things work. So if I go ahead and click on this, you'll see that I'll be taken to this particular place. A normal click on the logo. I'm going back. Normal click on sales analysis. Click on the home page, home icon, and all of that just works just fine. Okay, so the way you're designing this is the way you're getting things out on your, you know, environment here. So just make sure that you're designing this the way you want it, and it just works seamlessly in your desktop environment. And that would be the same experience the user gets in this environment. Okay. So yes, you can go with all those different things. Let's say if I go back to the home page, if you want a colorful, nice looking background like that, it has all that COVID kind of, representation there. That's all looking good. And the entire text, the font and the entire thing goes and synchronizes nicely so that it gives the, user the the experience he or she needs, right? So go ahead and take that one extra step of taking that data, right? Good. So that is what I want you to go ahead and do. And yeah, let's just keep it simple for now. And you can add these different details the way you want it. Okay. Good. Now I want to talk about something called as bookmarks. Okay, we'll just go and talk about something called as bookmarks in our Power BI file. Yes. So what I'm going to do is I'll first of all talk about the bookmarks in general. All right. So what is a bookmark in a general sense? Let's say I go to this particular link and there is a big link here. I want to store this under something, right? And what is it? The link here, I cannot really go and have the real the link details remembered forever. I can really forget it. So what we do usually is if we have a lengthy link, we will go ahead and bookmark it. And that star there is going to help you to bookmark this particular page. Let me go here. Let me go into something else. Let's just go to this one. It's all looks simple, but I'll just go through, yeah, this one here. So our search results, look at that URL. I cannot really go ahead and remember this URL. So what would I do? I would go ahead and really have a bookmark used here, right? So we'll just go ahead and bookmark that page if you want to really, kind of keep that search image, search results page as a bookmark. You can very well do that. So yeah, that's how I want you to look at it. So what I'll do is I'll go ahead and create a bookmark here in Power BI, but the bookmarks is going to be with respect to the reporting environment. So bookmark is going to save all the, you know, the filters or slices that you have applied. Okay. So that is what is going to be done here. All right. So filters and slices, whatever you have chosen, that will be saved under a name, and that is what is called as a bookmark. All right. So I want you to understand it from that perspective. But I would like to differ, and I would like to give you a small statement that you want to remember for this to be understood. Okay. Bookmarks are going to, I would rather say, store the state of the current page. Okay, it's not the state here. Okay, what is the state of the current page? So when I say or talk about the state of the current page, what slicers are applied, what visuals are filtered, yes, and what filters are shown or hidden, all of these becomes the state of the page, right? Where is your logo? Where is your logo? Where do you want it when you want that bookmark to be applied? Can you just want that to be in some other place, some other location? I'm just giving you a silly example, but yeah, that's how I want you to understand this. Okay. What is the state of the page when you are applying that bookmark and taking that bookmark, saving that under some name? What is the state of the page? There can be some objects that can be hidden. There can be some slices that can be applied. So I'll give you two ways of looking at this information, two different ways of approaching the details. So I would like to go ahead and do that way, remember, and we will see how these are to be handled. So one is going to be a very simple ways of working. I usually don't work based on that, but that's the simplest way of getting and working on this. So that is what I'll do. The second thing is I'll go ahead and have this a little bit advanced session. So I'll just kind of take it to the advanced level and we'll just make it a little bit advanced. Okay. So yeah, let's try that and we will just see how this can be done. Right? Yes. Now, just give me 1 second, please. Just 1 second. Okay, so yeah, that's what I want to do. Let's go ahead and get started with a basic and a very simple ways of creating and working with a bookmark. Okay. So in order to work with a bookmark, what we need is we need a bookmarks pane. All right, so let's just do that. Let's go ahead and minimize this. And what I'll do is go to insert and we will go to, sorry, not the insert, sorry, view menu. And we'll just go ahead and have the bookmarks pane enabled first of all. So that's our bookmarks pane. Let's go ahead and enable it, click, enable that. And that's what we have here. Okay. Now I would create a simple bookmark, and before creating the simple bookmark, let me just come up with a scenario here, okay? Let's say there is a state agent, a sales agent from a particular state who wants to send a report to his manager on a daily basis, okay? So what he needs to do is, he needs to go set some filters and These filters are to be set on a daily basis. He cannot change this filter. He cannot have the mistake of, not choosing one of these filters. He cannot have all those, changes, because the numbers will just go weird, and he does not want all of that, right? So he has a set of filters in his mind. He wants to apply them on a daily basis. Maybe, yes, he's just progressing through different months. He'll go and change that one simple filter later. But let's see how that goes, okay? Because we want to set these filters, the same filters again and again on a daily basis, generate this report out of this, probably a snapshot should do, and he's going to send this to his manager. Okay. So that's the whole point. So let's go ahead and kind of, see how to get that done. So I'm just going to randomly pick few filters here. So I'll just go with 2017. Let's say it's August or September, we'll just go somewhere there. And we'll just go do a California here. Okay. And then we'll just go to, let's say, segment is just corporate segment. That's what they want to look at. And category, let's just do technology category. Okay. We are down to some level. Yes, that's good. But that's how we want it. Okay. So this is what we have. And let's just go ahead and understand how this is to be done. Okay. So we just have a few records here, 8 quantities and sold in total. So let's say this particular set of filters, if they're going to apply it, what they are going to do is they will have to go and send this report, or that the person, sales agent, has to send this report on a daily basis. And they will have some more records coming in on a daily basis. Probably the numbers are going to increase. And that is how we will have. Okay? So I'm just focusing on certain details here. That's it. So 2017, August, California, it's all about corporate segment and technology category. We have minimal data, that's fine. We'll just stick to this. Okay, good. So now this is the state of the page. What is it? This is all the filters that are applied, and this is the state of the page. Now we are going to capture the state of the page under a bookmarks name. Getting my point? So how do you work on bookmarks in this particular section here? You work on bookmarks after you have visited the page, right? So you create a bookmark after you have visited the page. So similarly, in Power BI, you would work on or take a bookmark after you have applied the filters. So don't just like that click on add, and you can update your bookmarks, but the reason I'm telling you is once you have everything set, click of a button is going to add a bookmark, and it's going to capture everything that you have in your page. All right. So I want you to look at it from that perspective. Don't create bookmarks before getting started. Apply all of these different filters and then go ahead and take it into a bookmark. Okay. This is a simple way of creating a bookmark, and try to reuse it in some ways. I'll show you how to do all of that. So let's go ahead and understand this part. Okay. All right, so let's just do this. 2017, August, California, corporate segment, and technology category. These are the different things. Remember these filters. We'll go and apply this one more time, okay? Just by using some methods. All right, have a look. So everything is set. I've just applied these filters. Now I'll go and take a bookmark. So I'll just go and say add. That's it, add. And there is our bookmark. Got it? So I'll just say, let's go and rename the bookmark. As soon as I create a bookmark, I rename it, because you'll be working with so many bookmarks that it can be easy to get lost. All right. You don't want to do that. You want to go and rename your bookmarks as soon as you go and create it. So let's call this as my default filters or slicers, something like that. So that's all good. That's what we want. Okay. Now what I want to do is, let's go ahead and apply this bookmark whenever I need it. But how do I do it? Let me show you a couple of ways in which I can do it. Okay. So I'll just go ahead and clear this out, and look at that. To clear these slicers, what should I do? I'll go ahead and click on that eraser kind of an icon. That really goes and removes all of the selection here. So let me just do this. See this clear selection. I click on that eraser button. That gives me this eraser button, eraser button. And then this one, you can just click on it. You can just click on it, and that should be done. Okay. So we have got some details like this here. And, you just have all of these different slices removed. Good. Okay. So that's what we have. What I'll do is I'll go and apply the bookmark. How do I apply it? Have a look. Click on this bookmark. That's it. Click, and you'll have everything applied one more time. Can you get that? See that? Yes. So that's how you create a bookmark and you apply the bookmark. So bookmark is going to capture the state of the page. The state of the page can be anything from selection of a slicer, reduction in your data here. That's what is happening. The show or hide mechanism that you want, we can establish and set all of that. So let's go and see how that is. Okay. All right. Let's see. Yeah. Now we'll just go ahead and do something else. I feel that okay, it's very difficult for me to go ahead and clear all these selections, right? So one by one, I'll have to clear all of these selections. So what I'll do is I'll give you a simpler way of working on this clearing of slicers. All right. So if you go to insert menu again, let's go to insert a button. And this button is going to have an option to clear all slicers. There is a pre-built button for you. And we will go and use that for clearing all these slicers. Okay. In the past, when we were not having such options, we used to take another bookmark. Okay. We'll take a bookmark without this filters applied. Look at this. I'll go and take another bookmark. What is the state of the page? No selection. So I'll take my bookmark now and I'll call this as rename. I'll call this as no selection. Okay. So what happens is whenever you click on this, your filters are getting applied. And whenever you're clicking on this, your filters are getting removed. Getting that? So that is how we were used to work because Power BI was just a baby. I told you, I've seen this like 10 years ago. This was just a baby. It was just launched in the market. It did not have features like this. You guys are working on a day, where Power BI has evolved into something else. And this is what I want you to see. We used to do all of this workarounds to go and get what we want. All right. So no selection was something that we would go and have and then take a bookmark out of it. So that would be the state of the page right now, right? So that is what we have. And then we would apply any bookmarks and that would apply all these slicers or filters and then give us all the data that we want. You're getting my point? So this was before the introduction of the button called as clear all slicers. Okay, that is how we were working. We were doing a lot of workarounds, and this is how I have seen Power BI evolve. So these guys have really worked hard. The Microsoft team, they just go and release 20, 30 updates every single month. So I want you to go and subscribe to that Microsoft channel. I'm not a, kind of a sponsor for that, but what I'm saying here is that's a good thing to keep yourself updated and you can find what are the updates that are coming in. If you work on Power BI on a daily basis, yes, you'll see those changes come up. But if you're not someone who's going to work on it, I hope you go and start working on it sometime soon. But what I'm talking about here is updates. Having those updated information is good enough. Okay. So yes, just remember that one point and you should be able to go and work on this amazingly well. Okay. So have a look. Let's go ahead and use that button. Okay, that's a button. Let's go ahead and add the button. Click. And that adds a default button here. It's not configured to be perfect. It's not matching our, respective, I would say, the theme and all that. So what I'll do is I'll go back to my first page. I'll click on sales analysis. Let's go and copy the formatting from there. I'll go to the second page. And I'll just apply the formatting here. Did I miss that? I think I missed that. Okay, click Format Painter, click apply the formatting. It doesn't really get applied. Okay, it should get applied. Why is it not working? Let me try that one last time. Format Painter, I'll click here. See, your formatting, the Format Painter was coming up, right? It's not working here. Okay, I'll do one thing. Delete it from here. Let's go ahead and add a button here. Let's try if this works. I've never tried this, but let me just try this. Okay, I click here. I do a format painter. I format the painter. That's our button. Control X, cutting it, and then I'll just paste it here. Control V. Okay, great. Let's go ahead and keep it this way. See what workarounds we do. Yeah, understanding my point. These are all the workarounds we were doing before. All right, I hope this works. If not, Let's see. Okay, clear all slicers. Do we have slicers in place? Yes, these are all set and these are all in place. Let's go and do clear all slicers. Control click and there we go. We don't have any selections here. So click on the bookmark and look at that. That's getting applied. Clear all slices, control click on the button to clear all the slices. Look at that. So you have a button that can really go and help your users. I'm talking about the users and users perspective alone, that can help the users to clear all slices in one go. So simple. They don't have to go and apply these slices one by one. And yes, they have applied this one by one, but they don't have to clear that in one go. They can just click on this button and that should help them clear all these slices. So yes, always think from a user's perspective, what is going to be easier for the user. That user experience is what we want to give through our reports. Yes. Yeah, that's what we have. That's a good way to go and, set up your slicers. And also we are talking about bookmarks here, right? That's what we are doing. Okay, I hope you're clear with this, right? Now, how else can I use the bookmarks? Let me just go ahead and copy this button one more time. Control C. I'll come back. Control V. I'll just paste it here. Let's just go ahead and resize this a little bit. And I'll just go ahead and kind of keep it here. I'm not going to be perfectly matching it with something like that. But let's go into the format button. And I'm going to say my default filters. Okay, so I'm just calling this button as my default filters. Why? Because I'm going to assign this bookmark to this button. All right. So let's assign this bookmark to this button. And whenever the user clicks here, everything is going to change. When the user clears all filter, everything is going to be clearing the selection. Got it? That's how we want to do this. So let's try this to work. Okay. Now, this may not be the use case. This may not be something that I want you to do, because this may be the report that will be visited by, let's say, 5,000 users. And there's just one person thinking to go and apply a filter, a default filter. If it is a kind of a filter that everyone wants to apply, this is okay to have this way. But if this is something that just one user wants, I'll show you another way of doing it. Okay, we just discuss these things in different ways. So I'll just show you how things work. Okay. But yeah, I'm just showing you a couple of options and what different things that you can do with your details. This is all important for you to note. So what I'll do is I'll go and assign the button with this bookmarks action just to showcase what all you can do with your buttons. Okay. So action, let's go and turn on the action. And then this time it's not page navigation that we want to do. We want to go with a bookmark. So there is an option to go and apply a bookmark here. So if I go and do this bookmark, if I go back and say, hey, I want my default filters to be the bookmark that I want to apply on everything. Clear all slices is already there. Let's go and apply the default filter. So let's just go and do that. So that's our button with our default filters, bookmarks used inside it. And that's going to be all, syncing together and going to work in favor of you, right? So let's just do this. Control click on my default filters. It applies all your default filters through the bookmark that you have created. Yes. Control click on clear all slicers. It's going to clear all the slicers from this section. See that? Amazing. That's how we add some experience to the user. That's really matters. And we're just trying to go do all of this way. Okay. And like I said, this can be a specific user level slicer. You don't have to give that as a button. But if it is something that the users want, all of these users want 5,000, 10,000, 1 lakh user base if you have, and every one of them need such default filters, yes, you can go and apply it. Okay. Yeah. That's what I want you to do and understand it, right? So, but I'll show you one more ways of looking at it and one more ways of setting these filters. Let's just try that. So if I go back to the Power BI service here, and whenever someone is here inside the report, okay, let's say, let me just choose the same thing, 2017. Let's just do September this time. And I don't want Arkansas. I want something like California. And like I said, segment is corporate, category is technology. Let's say this is something that user wants. So the user is logging in. I'm the user. I'm logging in into my Power BI service. And then what should I do? I can go ahead and create a bookmark. There is this small icon here that can help us to go ahead and create a bookmark. Okay. So I'll just click on this and look at that. I can go ahead and add a personal bookmark. So the user has the capabilities and the ability to go ahead and create his own bookmark, his own personal bookmark. And he can also go ahead and have any bookmarks that you have created, that you have added. You can also show and kind of go through all those bookmarks. Okay. So the user will have a different option to create his or her own bookmarks on this particular page. It can be a personal bookmark. Like I said, the slices that we are applying is for a sales agent and it may not suit all the users. So you can have the user kind of educated about all this and you can just tell them that, hey, you can create your bookmarks like this and that should really help them. Okay. So applying those filters can be done easily and I'll just show you that in a while. But what I'm saying here is this may not be the perfect solution for everyone. If you put this button, everyone can click on that button. It's not just for one user, it's for all users, right? So you don't want to do that. You want to come back here, ask your users to create their own bookmarks. For example, I've applied all these slices here. If I click on this add bookmark, I'm going to say my default filters and let's say save. That's it. And there is my filter, right? So let's go ahead and say, for example, clear everything. Let's go ahead and clear the hard way. I'm going to click on that eraser icon, clear all of that because I don't have the clear all filters. That may be a useful filter, but the other one was not. So now I can go click here and say my default filter. Let's go ahead and apply that. Click. And that's going to just go ahead and apply all of those different details that you had here. So yes, you as a developer, you may want to go ahead and educate your users to go ahead and do all of this. I hope you're getting this. Yes. That's how I want to look at these things. Is that clear so far? Any questions here? Anyone? Okay. Yeah. Now, let me take the bookmarks ways of working to the next level. Okay. This is how I work. I feel that there is a very little amount of space here, right, left, right. If you look at this, so we have our title, we have our logo, we have other navigation buttons coming in, we have some important slices here, we have some KPIs. Now let's say 70% of my entire canvas area is occupied by all of these different objects, right? And what I'm left with this section here where I can place some visuals, correct? So just this entire section where I can place some visuals. Now I feel that this small section is not sufficient for, like, let's say 3 or 4 maximum visuals, right? So I can have maximum of a 4 visual like this, nothing more than that. And this is really going to be very difficult for me to go and work on. You getting a point? So what we have to do is we will have to go ahead and have more room or space created here. And for that reason, let's go and put our bookmarks to use in a more advanced fashion. All right. Let me show you what I mean and we'll see how to get this done. All right. So let me just do this. I'll go to a new page altogether. I'm just trying to go ahead and explain you how things are going to work. So let's just go to a new page altogether and we'll have 2 buttons. Okay. Let me just copy the buttons from the sales analysis page or welcome screen. Let's go ahead and do that. And I'll just keep it this way. Control V, Control V again, 2 buttons. I need 2 buttons. Okay. So I have 2 buttons here. That's what I'm going to do. Okay. All right, great. Now I'm going to call the first button as show bar chart. Okay. And I'll have the second button for showing a donut chart. Show donut chart. Okay. Now I'll create a bar chart and a donut chart, and we will do a show and hide mechanism here. See what happens, and let's talk about that one by one and step by step. Okay. So what I'll do is I'll go ahead and click on the details here. the bar chart. Let's go and take that bar chart and I'll just put that bar chart here. I'm just going to simply create a bar chart. It just has to be a bar chart, nothing fancy. Let's do a region wise sales. Okay. And then we would like to go and have the donut chart. Let's go and click on a donut chart. And I'm just going to do something like segment wise profit. Okay. Let's just do that. So let's keep these things aside. What we need is we need a bookmarks pane and we need to go and show and hide these charts and kind of get the space or the room that we need for our users to see these different things. Okay. So have a look how to go and achieve this. And for this to be done, we need one more pane. I'll get to that. But the overall idea is so whenever the user clicks on the bar chart should be shown and donut chart should be hidden. And whenever the user clicks on the donut chart button, the donut chart should be shown and the bar chart should be hidden. You're getting my point? So that way, what we can do is we can actually create some room. We can actually create some space around our canvas and we can have some visuals reused and the user can click on this and then get to see those visuals one by one. Okay. Yes, I understand there is a real, essence of looking at everything in one go. But in order to go and save some space, what we will also do is we will also go and have the show and hide mechanism done here. Now, if you go back to the global pandemic, dashboard that I showed you, if I go to the summary page, what do you think is happening here? When someone clicks on this button, what do you think is happening? Do you think really they are going into a different page altogether? Yes, that can be a possibility, but it can also be a bookmark that is changing everything in this one single page. Getting my point? They may be hiding this, hiding these different charts, and they may be bringing up a different layout altogether just by using bookmarks. You don't have to go to different pages to get into these different details. It can be just one single page. Are you getting this? Yes. So I'm just trying to see if I can get to a different layout or views so that I can show you how this is all working. Okay, let's go full screen on this. Okay, yeah, look at that. There is this pages here, landing page. Do you see any other page? No. Let's click on summary page. I'm going to the summary page. Yes. Let's click on deep dive. It is taking me to the deep dive, which means, yes, they are taking us to the different pages. It's more like a page navigation that is working. So there is a deep dive page here. That is what is given here. Forecast, it's given going to a forecast page, and that's what is given here, right? So I hope you're understanding it. It is not a bookmark, it's just a page navigation, but you can achieve things using bookmarks also. That's what I'm trying to say. You can have some charts shown or hidden, and you can just say that, for example, there's a button here. Let's say, for example, there's a button here and it says, hey, click on this to view this chart. And then you bring up this chart here. There's another button, you hide this chart and you bring another chart on top of it. That's how you want to work, and you can just do all of that, right? So this is how I want you to look at the details and go through these different things. So let me come back here. I'll just show you a show and hide mechanism. This is really going to be helpful for you. You can use this in any ways, but I'm just going to show you this in a very simple way that would still be confusing. So yeah, pay attention to the details, revisit this recording as many times you want. That should be just clear. Okay. All right. I'm just going to use two panes for this. One is the bookmarks pane. Yes, we need that. And the other pane that I need is a selection pane. So these are the two panes in combination that we will use to achieve our show and hide method. Okay. So let's try doing it. Now I need the selection pane because selection pane is going to help me to show and hide some objects. You can see this eye icon here, and there is a button, there is a button, there is a chart, there is a chart. And I want to just use this eye icon to hide something. Okay. A click of a button can hide my chart. So if you want to hide it, just click on that eye icon and then that can be hidden. Okay. For example, I click on the donut chart. I click on the eye icon that can be hidden. I click on it again, that can be shown. So we'll capture the state of the page using bookmarks. We will show and hide the buttons or the details here by using the selection pane. Okay, these are the two panes that you need to work with in synchronization to get the effect that you want. Okay. All right, let's just do this. Let's talk about the show bar chart scenario. What is show bar chart? The bar chart should be visible to the audience or to the user. The donut chart should be hidden. So we'll click on donut chart. That is going to highlight which chart that is on the right hand side. And I'll just click on the hide the visual icon or the eye icon to get rid of it. That's it. So that is our show bar chart scenario. Yes or no? We're only showing bar chart. Good. I'll go and click on add, and that adds a bookmark. What is that bookmark? It's capturing the state of the page. What is the state of the page? Your bookmark is shown, your donut chart is hidden. That is the bookmark that we have captured, or that's the state of the page that we have captured. I hope you're getting this idea, right? This is what I meant by state of the page. We are actually putting that statement to use here, right? Okay, let's go ahead and rename it, and we will call this as, let's say, for example, show bar chart scenario. I don't want to keep it in different names. Just let's keep it the simple name that we have here. Let's talk about the show donut chart scenario. So for that, bar chart should be hidden and donut chart should be enabled, visible. That's what we will go and do. So we'll take a bookmark of this. What is the bookmark here? The state of the page is your bar chart is hidden, your donut chart is shown. That's the bookmark that we will go and take now. Okay, so whenever you're set with whatever you want, then take the bookmark. Don't take the bookmark right away at the very beginning. Okay, so I'll take the bookmark now, add, and that adds this particular state of the page to this bookmark. So I'll go and rename it. And what we will do is we'll just do a show donut chart. Hit enter, complete that form. Yes, clear? Good. That's what we needed. The selection pane. You can do things in a more advanced fashion. I don't want to confuse you. This should already be kind of confusing you. Okay. All right. Let's look at this. This is our bookmark. Click show bar chart, show donut chart. Show bar chart. It's showing the bar chart. Show donut chart. It's showing the donut chart. Good. Now we'll just go ahead and give user another illusion. Okay. We will go ahead and expand this and we will make sure the size of this particular chart exactly matches with another chart. So we'll just expand it, keep it like this. Now look at the illusion that the user gets. Show donut chart. It feels as if the bar chart is changing to the donut chart, right? If I go back to bar chart scenario, what is happening? The donut chart is getting converted into a bar chart. That's what I feel as a user. That's how the user experience is going to be. So if I click this, you see that the bar chart is there. That is changing into the donut chart. That's the effect that we are kind of coming up with, but it is actually two different charts working in different ways, showing and getting hidden one by one. That's what is in place behind the scene. But if you can just resize them and keep it of the same size, let's say you have designed a chart like that, you have to have the chart, another chart of the same size to the same location, X and Y axis, the height and width of it, all of that has to be done the same way. And that is what is going to be the proper way of doing things here. Okay. So make sure that the size of the chart, the position of the chart, the X and Y axis. So if I click here, if you go to the visualization pane, go to the properties here, you'll see that there is properties like height and width, position, X and Y, Z axis, X, Y axis or horizontal and vertical positions. So that is how I want you to look at it. And please go ahead and have those positions as well, kind of fixed properly so that it just gives us the illusion that it is all working in, kind of converting one chart to another. And that's the way we want to go ahead and look at it, right? Okay, now that these bookmarks are created, that works just nice. We want to assign them to the buttons, and it's very simple. Click on the button, go to the action, and we want to assign a bookmark. What is this button? Show bar chart button. We have show bar chart scenario, show bar chart. Assign it. I keep it the same way. See, look at my bookmark, look at my name here, look at the name of the button. So I keep it all in synchronization the same way, so that I easily understand what is that I'm choosing, what is that I'm doing. So you don't have to give different names here and there and you will be lost completely. So keep it simple. It's all your development environment. So you have to be the owner of how you want to handle it. So Keep these names simple and easy, and that will be referred into one of your actions. So yeah, you can all easily go ahead and get to know which bookmark is talking about what action, right? So yes, you can easily do that. That's how I want you to work, right? Click on this donut chart. I'll go ahead and set up this as a bookmark, and I'll just say the scenario is show donut chart because that's the button, and let's see how that goes. So we have configured our buttons to work for the way we want it, and we'll just go ahead and see how this goes. Okay, so I'll just say control click on this one. That's the show bar chart scenario. Control click on this one, donut chart, control click. It just works seamlessly. Okay, what you can do is you can just keep it this way, and you can take this button here, you can keep it there, you can keep it there. You can just have this position changed the way you want it. So I'll just say control click. That's our bar chart. I'm just going to resize this a little bit like that. Okay, now have a look. Show donut chart, show bar chart, show donut chart, show bar chart. So you can just keep your buttons anywhere you want. You can just position them here or position them on top, however you want it. And you can let the user see all of these different details. I hope it is all clear, right? Okay. I work in this fashion using bookmarks. I really love to hide and show the charts. So that's how I do this. Okay. Any questions here? Anyone? So these are all, like I said, something that you do after you have built your entire report. Don't work on these things right from the very scratch. Don't work on formatting right from the very scratch. You want to get the details, the data and the details out properly. So if you're looking at a particular, visualization here, and if you're looking at all of these different details, I would say, hey, go ahead and look at those numbers. Yes. If the numbers are not proper, if the numbers are not coming out right, I think you have to work on that first, right? So then go ahead and work on anything that you want, like the formatting aspects of it, the look and feel of it, the navigation part of it, the bookmarks of it. So I don't want you to just click that, go ahead and tell you, you know, just work on these things first and then the numbers. No. So you want to get these numbers out. That's the essence of the report, right? So if you're not getting that right, then there is no point in just going ahead and building a hi-fi report and not giving the users the insights they need. Yes. When we use drill through, okay, let's talk about drill through. Yeah, since you're bringing this up. Drill through is when you will go from one page to another page along with the details to filter the details on the destination page. I know it's not making sense. Let's just put that to use, okay? So let's go back to our last page here. Let's just go do this. I'm just going to I'm just going to come up with a simple chart. Let's go ahead and have a simple bar chart here, okay? Let's just have a bar chart. Let's do a subcategory wise sales. Simple as that, okay? And I'm going to add all of this data labels here so that it just looks good. Okay. Now, nothing fancy here. It's just a subcategory wise sales. Good. We'll call this page as summary page. This is a summary. This is a holistic view of your, subcategory level information. Good. Let's go to another page and let's say we call this as detailed page. So usually whenever you want to drill through, it is all about taking the user from one page to another with some intention to filter the destination page. Okay. So this is our detailed page. We want to have a table here. We'll just go and keep a table here. I will tell you why I have some gap on top. That is a good thing to have always. So let me just go and have some details brought in. And one of the columns that we want here is going to be the subcategory column. Okay. So what I'll do is I'll start off with category. Let's just start off with category. Just delete it. I'll just add it here. So I'll start off with category. Let's go and have some subcategory level information come up, segmentation, region, and then I'll add some details like sales, profit. It's just up to you. I'm just making it up and kind of coming up with some details here. Okay, let's just do a ship mode, all of that. Okay. Good. So we have some details here, and what we want to do is we want to understand how to filter this data, right? So what we will do is we will go from the summary page to the detailed page. We will take something along with us, meaning that the machines, let's say, for example, a subcategory called as machines. Let's take machines along with us as we progress, as we traverse from summary page to the detailed page, and we'll filter the data there on machines. Are you getting this? Yes. So as we move from this page to this page, we will take some information with us, some subcategory level information with us, and we want to filter the data in this page based on that. Okay. And that's the whole idea or intention of a drill through report, drill through option. You can drill through on the same report, or you can drill through across reports. All right. So we'll just understand how to do this on this report. And if you are using the same data set, if you're using the same columns, you can drill through across the report. And if you're setting this up, you should be able to drill through into any report in your Power BI service environment. For example, let's say you have report one and you have another report two, all of this using the same data model. You have created it using the same data model. I'm just giving an example. So two reports is using the same data model. You're just doing that. This is your data model. Yes. And what you can do is you can have the subcategory here, you can have the subcategory here, and you can have the drill through done from this report to this report. We'll understand how that is going to work on a single report, but you can always apply that onto multiple reports. There are some constraints for that. The constraint is you should be using the same data set. You should have the same column through which you want to go through and drill through. All of that is very important. So yeah, just try to explore that further, how to do a cross report drill through, but drill through concept, let me go ahead and explain you that. Okay. The summary is what I have here. And what we will do is we'll go to the detailed page first, and I want to give you some clues in how to set it up properly. Okay. So look at this. I have this as a destination or a detailed page. Detailed, D, D for destination. Okay, I want you to remember this one word, destination. And destination is the place where you want to use your drill through option. Okay, what are you going to drill through based on? We want to go drill through a subcategory column. Yes or no? So you may want to add the subcategory here in the destination page. What is the destination page? From the summary page, you want to get to this detailed page. So this is your destination page. D for destination, D for detailed. However you want to understand it, I remember it in this fashion. Okay. D for drill through. Yes. So you want to go ahead and do this drill through. You have to apply the fields on the page where you want to land finally. That would be your drill through page. Okay. So remember all of this. These are some small clues. If you're not fixing this properly, doing this properly, things will work in a reverse fashion, in a weird fashion. We don't want it like that. So remember, the destination page is where you have to configure the drill through section. Remember that one simple thing. That's it. So if I go to the summary page and if I right click on this, usually you'll see an option called as drill through option here, but that's not coming up. Yes. So right click and we will just go ahead and configure that here. And then you'll see something called as a drill through option somewhere coming up here on the right click. And then you should be able to drill through. But remember, the drill through should be done in the destination page and not in the initial or the start page that you're going from. Okay. Don't configure it here. Otherwise, you'll be landing here. You'll not be going from here. Okay. So that is how I want you to remember this. So go to the detail page or the destination page where you want the users to be taken by filtering or taking your subcategory values. So let's just go ahead and do that here. Okay. So what I'll do, I'll go ahead and do this. Let's click on this particular. You don't have to really click on any chart, just keep it outside. And we'll use this drill through option and just drag and drop your subcategory into this. Okay. Why subcategory? Because we want the subcategory is what is going to be helping us to drill through into this particular detail. So we'll take through the value in the subcategory and we'll drill through that particular value. Now, as soon as you add this subcategory here, Power BI is going to add a back button for you. Okay, that is all configured by default. Okay, so have a look, delete. That is going to be there. If I delete it, let's just delete that. As soon as I add subcategory into the drill through section, that will add the back button. So don't all of a sudden think, hey, I did not add it. No, Power BI is going to do all of that. Okay. And it just does that because the user needs to be taken back to the same page from where they landed. So that's a default setting that happens. And that's why I've given that gap on top, right? Okay, good. Let's go ahead and understand all of this. And then let's go back to our summary page. Now, when you go ahead and right click on this particular bars here, right click, can you see a drill through option? And can you see where is this taking you? This is taking you to a detailed page. So the destination page that I mentioned is where you want to have your drill through columns added. And that's how you want to go ahead and use it. I hope you're getting this. Yes. So that's good. Let's go ahead and say drill through. I want to go to detail page. What am I clicking on? Let's click on storage, right click, drill through, and I'll take the user to the other page. So now the storage is what is going to be taken along with the, travel that we are going to make, and we will go ahead and filter the storage on the destination page. So have a look, right click, drill through, detailed page, and you'll see only storage. Can you see that? The chart got reduced to that just storage level. And you can also see the subcategory is just storage filtered onto just storage here, which means we are drilling through from one report, one page to another page, or one report to another report. Getting this? This is the same idea. Now, if you just enable the cross report button here, if you just enable this button, it will allow you to go take the same information wherever there is a category, take the same information and drill through a cross report that you have in the same workspace. It is constrained to the workspace. So if you have a different workspace where you want the user to be taken, it is not going to work. Within the same workspace, if you can just let the user be taken to a different page, yes, you have to have this cross report drill through enabled. You getting this? Yes. I don't have many different reports. I'm not going to work on multiple reports, but yes, go ahead and explore that further. But this is the concept. You're taking your users from one page to another page by using some, values that we have here. Let's say binders. I want to go take the users and filter binders onto the detailed page. Yes, you can do that by applying the drill through option. Clear? Yes. Any questions here? So these small clues are going to really help you to do this and design this properly. If you're just missing these clues out, you can't really work on Power BI. If you set it up here, what happens? You will be taken to this page. From anywhere, you'll be taken to this page. So let's go to any other page. Let's see if we have something here. I don't really have anything, but we'll just set something up, okay? So let's go back to this one. And instead of just having state, I'll go and have subcategory here. Let's just do a subcategory, okay? Again, subcategory of any type, any chart, anything goes, okay? So we have a chart called a subcategory and sales, whatever that is. You right click on that slice, you'll be able to drill through to the detail page. So wherever you're using subcategory, you should be able to go and drill through to that particular page, no matter what. I hope it's clear. Yes. So you can just do this detailed. And now look at that phones. That's what we just went ahead and clicked. I believe that was phones. Okay, this one is phones. Can you see that? Right click and I'll just do drill through to the detailed page. Yes, I hope that's all clear. Yeah. So that's how I want you to understand it, right? Okay. Good. That is our drill through section. Yes. Any other questions, anyone? Otherwise, like I told you, today would be our last session. But yes, we will meet for some other sessions on doubt clearing and other things. If you have anything, if you want to connect, please do let me know or let my team know, and we will set up a call for all of us. Okay. Otherwise, my team is going to go forward with all the other steps like the resume preparation and all of those different details. If you want some questions, the Q&A and other things, I'll just go ahead and just go ahead and put those details on the chat. I'll take it up. I'll just send those details across. But anyways, my team is going to do all of that. Okay. So yeah, just let me know if you have any questions or anything. Otherwise, we'll wrap it up today. These are some things that I did not cover here and there. I missed it out, but just wanted to go and give you that detail. Okay. These are again, like I said, the final touch-ups that you do on your report. Okay. If you get multiple fact table, how to do the data modeling? Okay. If you get multiple fact table, see, we talked about the many-to-many relationships. Yes. So you may have something like, that coming up. So remember, the facts should not be linked at all. Okay. So there can be different facts. Let's say you have a sales fact. These are all internet sales transaction, right? And then there is this sales that is like a store, something happening in the store, and all these transactions are for store. So let's say this is all internet sales and this is all store based sales. I'm just kind of doing this. Okay. So this is what we have. Now, what I want you to understand is, let's say there is a dimension, which is going to be the location kind of a dimension. Yes, this is your location dimension. And how do you connect it? You connect your location to this sales table. You connect this to this sales table or fact table. So this is how you have to connect the facts. You cannot connect the facts this way, because connecting the facts this way will create many to many relationship, because you'll have, probably if you're just going by location, what you cannot do is you cannot have, you will have multiple locations here, the same locations may be matching here. Yes. So that's the reason I want you not to do this. Uh, so don't connect the facts this way. You'll have to connect the facts together through some other dimension. There can be something like a date dimension. We'll have a date dimension. We'll just connect it through that. It's up to you. So we have to go through a lot of other dimensions. So yes, that's how we have to connect our facts. You should not be connecting that in a direct fashion. So don't do that. That's the only thing that you have to remember. Okay. So facts, connecting them will create a many to many relationships. Don't do that. That's how we want to go and look at it. Okay. Clear? Connected through some other dimension table. You have to go through some other dimension table always to get to that fact. All right. You getting this? Any questions, anyone? Okay. So yes, I'll give you the next 2 weeks or so. I want you to practice. We'll just reconvene after some time. If you have any questions, please come back with questions. I'll see when I can set up that other meeting, and we'll just go through a lot of other details. Okay. So that is how we will plan. I have given enough content for you. I have given you the details. I want you to start working on it. Without practice, nothing is going to happen. So I want you to practice. Go through these videos, get these concepts on your fingertips. Whenever you start working, you should not be referring to your notes. You should be thorough with all of this, right? So yeah, just do that. There is still a lot to learn. I can go on and on like for the next 30, 40 hours. I can still teach you all of that is there in Power BI. But we learn something from experience. We learn something from exposure. I want you to go and explore the properties here. For a button, what are all the properties available? For a particular chart, what are all the properties available? You learn by those different details. Okay. So I want you to start exploring all of that and do it. If you have any questions, yes, let's go and, like I said, we'll have a session now and then to kind of go through details, and we'll just have all of this done. Okay. Route it through the group or through my team. They will get back to me. All right. Okay. Any questions otherwise, anyone? Okay. Otherwise, yes, we'll just wrap it up. Thank you so much, everyone, for your time and patience. And congratulations, you have just covered and kind of completed a full course on Power BI. We are not done here. I know that. I'm not going to say that. But yes, we have just covered and we have just got that big leap, from where we started and where we are today. It has been what, 20, 22 sessions, I believe. That's a huge things, and that's a good one. So let's go ahead and have, all of that again, learn, refresh, and be thorough with whatever we want to do. Start applying for jobs. We'll just go and recommend all those details to you. And yeah, we'll see how that goes. Okay. So for any help, like I said, just don't hesitate to put that on the group. I see a lot of engagement there, but I want more. That's how I feel happy to go and reply back to those details. So yeah, let's go and do that. Okay. Thank you so much, everyone. Okay, let's see. Can we post? Yes, yes, please post everything in the WhatsApp group. Okay. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. Yes. Thank you so much, everyone, for your time and patience. Yeah, we'll just connect sometime soon. All right. Thank you. Bye bye. See you.